this is Charlie from Charlie's Awesome World of Adventures, and today I'm going to give you my review on Transformers 1. Long before all they were known as enemies, Optimus Prime and Megatron were two best friends, and known as Orion Pax and D16, two minor but odds that have been wanted to make a difference, and especially Orion. Iron. One day they find a transmission from the surface that relates to the matrix of leadership, which has disappeared in and has weakened the energy force of Cybertron. Now Orion and along with their new friend and being an Alita, must travel to the surface to find the matrix of leadership, while also discovering secrets of the world. And have to deal with their relationship. It's being put to the test. So I'm going to start off by saying that I've never been in the huge Transformers guy. Like, it's not really a franchise that's clicked with me. I mean, I can definitely see the appeal of it, especially with the toys of how they're robots that you can change into cars. I can definitely see the appeal of it. It can see why many kids it would love them. But personally, I have never been huge into Transformers. And before watching this, I decided to binge watch all the live action Transformers films. And I gotta say, they're not as bad as people say they are. Like I thought the first one was pretty good. The second one was decent. The third one was actually better than I thought, and was surprisingly good. The fourth one was pretty mad, and the fifth one was the only bad one, I would say. And then you have Bumblebee, which it was a really good film. And then you have Rise of the Beast, which was easily the best of the live action films. In fact, I watched this film back in November, and I thought it was pretty good. And rewatching it to prepare for this one, I liked it even more. To the point where I definitely boosted my rating up from a 7.5 to an 8. And honestly, from the trailers, I thought this film looked pretty good. I mean, the first trailer, it was alright, but when the second trailer kicked in and it revealed more of what the story was about, that's when I got hooked. And honestly, this might be one of my biggest surprises of the year, because man, is this film incredible. But or easily a top 10, maybe on rewatch top 5 movie of the year. Because this film was amazing, and I think a big reason for that would be with the characters, since each of them are really likable, and the fact that it goes into that origins here, it really helps make them enjoyable. But also, while this is one of the films that uses celebrities as voice actors for marketing reasons, I will say that the voice acting in this film is really good, and definitely the best part, and some of the best parts of the film. And that was something that I gave a pretty good performance, like Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee, and Scarlett Johansson as Alita. But the two highlights for me, were definitely Brian Henry as D16, and Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax. Cause they do a great job of the relationship between the two characters. I'd even say that the two characters themselves elves are the best as characters in this movie. Three, it starts off show them as good friends. And where Ryan is the young Rhinobot that wants to make a difference. And well, these he is the one who's a good friend. And to Orion, always getting him out of trouble. But oh, and does want to be seen in as a hero, or while sticking to the rules. However, as the film will go on, their relationship is put to the test. As the film takes its time to show how these two who went from friends to enemies. It showed how Orion went from became Optimus Prime, and how D16 became Megatron. It never feels like it's rushing through it. It results in some moments that can be kind of heartbreaking, especially in the second half of the feature. So, when a rivalry starts to kick in. And as for the rest of the characters, there's the leader to the smart of the group who wants to be seen as the top of leader, and isn't using on the right on after he accidentally got fired. Yet and B, who's kind of like the comic relief here. From the trailers, I will admit I was kind of worried, especially from how the humour didn't look like it was going to be even the film's strongest aspect. And while I won't say the humour is great, I was surprised to find that he did have some decent jokes. Like, not all of them landed. But there were some okay ones here and there. As for other characters, so the only other one that would get a huge focus is Sentinel Prime. I'm the only remaining Prime. I'm in Cybertron. And is the one I'll give the big information and promises his people that he will fight on the Matrix. However, as the film goes on, I know we learn more about him. We learn that he's not as loyal as a robot, but or as a transformer as many would think. What I like about him too is how he does influence the actions of certain characters for the second half of the film, especially with D16. Next, there's the story. And honestly, I think that this is a really rich and powerful origin story. One aspect that makes this film worthwhile would be the world building. It takes its time to build the world of Cybertron and showing all the different elements and introduce the lore of how this world works. On top of that, when it goes into the history of the Primes, and the matrix of leadership, it's really interesting stuff that did get me intrigued. To find out more about this artifact and what it is capable of. Also, I'll talk about this a little later. But one thing that helped keep me invested was the action scenes. That aren't as many as you probably would think, but they can become some of the most intense moments of the feature, especially for the climax. That's where I think everything came together well. Speaking of which, the second half of the movie really makes it for me. I really liked the first half of the film. Thought it was good, was a solid story on its own. On the for or the relationship between Ryan and D16, was handled really well. And the world was interesting, but when it came to the second half and the big twist was revealed, it was about out the world. Oh, and the minor bots would get at the transformation cogs. That's when the film really picks up for me. It offering more familiar moments for the Transformers film. And becoming especially heartbreaking, especially when going to the relationship between Orion and Dee. And then there is the humour. Like I said before, this was one of my biggest concerns with the movie, especially since the trailers weren't showing the best jokes. I'll say now that I don't consider the humour to be great. It is my one big issue with the film. And not all the jokes land. However, when there are some good jokes, I was surprised to find that there were some decent funny ones, like nothing laugh out loud funny, but there was some that did give me a cute chuckle, cool, and were quite enjoyable. So while I want to say that this is that the comedy is great, it is only a pretty small issue. And then there is the animation, and wow, I'll admit I'm not huge on Paramount's animated features, but the animation is usually the highlights of their movie. And I think they saved all their best materials for this one. This is especially shown with the designs of the Transformers themselves. While they capture the essence of the toys, they have a metallic finish to them, and that makes them look like true metal robots. Like they're supposed to be. Even with the character animation, it really takes advantage of the movements that they're able to create. This is especially the case with the transformation scenes where the characters would transform into the as they need to in order to escape peril. But one huge highlight for the animation would have to be the world of Cybertron. Seriously, the background make ate the planet like a living character of itself, bringing the entire world to life. I'm showing all the different areas of what's on the surface and what's below. The mines. But the true highlights of the animation and this movie in general are the action scenes. Those are the moments where the film becomes fully intense, and offer moments that can be exciting, action-packed, and full of fun. And a good reason would have to be the cinematography, capturing the best moments of the scenes, and help making them stand out. This is what I consider is the climax to be the strongest part of the feature. So it felt like the film saved its best creativity for that moment, those moments, to show what the action was truly capable of and how everything came together nicely. So overall, this might be a huge statement, but not only is this the best Transformers movie, it's also one of Paramount's best animated features. Transformers 1 is an action-packed and awesome feature that delivers what people and fans love about the Transformers. It may not be the best with its comedy, but with a highly interesting and engaging story, or incredible animation, showing complex and interesting characters, just intact and action and some really good voice acting. And they were so wonderful. That's probably one of the best parts of the Transformers legacy. I think it's safe to say that Transformers fans are gonna love this and have a great time with this movie. But for anyone that's just looking for a good, fun, and little action flick for over 90 minutes, then this is an absolute must watch. Uh, uh, the Transformers almost felt it was very struggling in a few areas. But I think it's to say that going fully animated was a great idea, and that's why I'm giving this film a 9.5 out of 10. And it truly is a movie that really is more than meets the eye. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.